We are Ron and Jill Hildebrand. We live in Crystal City on a farm, and we have 3 kids. Daria, who graduated in 2016, Carter, who graduated in 2018, and Asha is currently there going into grade 11.
My response to why MCI is I feel it gives our kids an opportunity to be in community with other kids outside of school in a healthy environment, a supervised environment, having good, strong, faith-based teachers and leaders in the school for them to have access to be able to bounce ideas off.
The relationship between teachers and students is monumental for me, working in the system myself, in the public school system. I see that on an individual basis, but not as a collective basis all the time necessarily. At MCI, when you walk in as a parent, you want to know your kid, your child is the most special to that group of staff. And you see that the second you walk in those doors.
I think the faith-based part of it, speaking to our kids that have been there, as well as a child that's there now, our kids at that age, at your late teenage, you start to question things. And I think the ability to be able to have conversations with staff about faith is important. To be honest, our kids, especially those that have been through school now and are going beyond high school and into post-secondary school, you're going to get even more diversity in terms of who you spend time with. And so you have a background, and yet you understand that you don't have all the answers on faith. But you've been able to have conversations with staff as well as with your peers about faith. It enables you to be able to find your own faith, whatever that might look like. And MCI is to me a stepping stone in your faith journey. It allows you an opportunity to learn more about what faith is.
I think the emphasis on community that MCI has right now is an example of living a life with morals and values and faith-based living within a community with your peers, with parents that you are just getting to know as well, and with a staff that is walking the same life path as you and understands. I think that's important to kids, especially at 15 and 16. They're at challenging years. Even having young staff leading our students within a dormitory, being an example to them, living life with them outside of school, that's phenomenal. That's who better to have leading your child in a dormitory setting than students or staff that have just been there, that are living that with them.
Yeah, as a child, you listen to your parents, but at 16 and 17, you're watching what other people do. You're watching your peers, and so having someone who's closer to their age, closer to their life experience, they can hear what a parent would say in terms of this is what you should do, or this is what I did when I was your age. But 16-year-olds, they don't always care about that. They want to see. They want to see, and they can watch you and what you do, but you're not a teenager. You're an adult as a parent. So I think that the living with the dorm staff and the teaching staff there, it's a transition into independent living. Like they're not independent at MCI. They're away from their parents and learning to live away from their parents, but there's still structure, there's still leadership, there's still people there to lead them in a direction that is positive.
When I walk in to the dormitory, to the school, and I have not seen my child for a week, I don't only have them running to give me a hug, and they're 17. I have 6 other friends or 4 other friends running to give me a hug. They might have their basketball uniforms on, they might be sweaty and gross, but it's this community of, I don't have one child going there. I have 53 children going there, because that's how you get to know these kids, because they become such a part of your child's life. And it's wonderful. It's such a great feeling as a parent. As a private school, what we pay for is the relationships between staff and students. So our child, Asha, was getting phone calls personally from staff. She was getting dormitory staff visits on our farm. They took the time to come and do that and deliver package to her, and they missed her. And so that relationship is what we pay for in that private school, and that didn't falter. That the high academics stayed, the standing stayed there, and that's what we got out of it. If I were speaking to a parent right now deciding whether they should encourage their child to go to MCI or not, I would say this is an opportunity for your child to have a fresh start. To have a fresh start with new teachers, new relationships, new friends, in a space that is safe and faith-based, and an opportunity for you to grow with your child in your relationship. Distance is okay. Distance is not scary, and that's what I would say to them, that it's worth it.
What I would say to a parent who is considering MCI is that MCI is a community. It's not only a community when you're there, but our kids, we notice that when our kids come back to watch their little sister at MCI, they come back with their friends that they went to MCI with, and also friends they made beyond MCI. And when they come back, MCI is almost a home to them. And that's why we choose MCI.